welcome to your deep dive.
Ah,
I got to say, when you sent in that research on red blood cells,
mm-hmm.
I thought, red blood cells, really?
Hmm.
Kind of basic biology, right?
Yeah.
But the more I dug into it,
Yeah.
the more fascinated I got.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, just think about it. 25 trillion
Wow.
of these little guys
That.
racing through your veins right now, each one perfectly designed
Absolute.
to keep you alive.
Yeah.
So today we're going to explore just how these tiny cells manage to be so incredibly efficient.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it really is amazing when you consider that their shape, that biconcave disc shape,
Right.
it's not just random, it's crucial for their function.
Okay.
Like imagine a
Yeah.
tiny deflated basketball. That shape maximizes the surface area to volume ratio.
Okay, so more surface area. Why is that so important?
Well, because it allows each red blood cell to absorb oxygen really quickly in the lungs
Mm.
and then release it efficiently throughout the body. It's like
Mhm.
they're like these tiny little super fast delivery trucks.
I love that analogy. So it's all about speed and efficiency.
Exactly.
I was reading about this thing called rouleau formation.
Oh, yeah, rouleau formation.
What is that all about?
So that's how these cells stack up neatly
Uh-huh.
so they can move smoothly through even the tiniest of blood vessels.
Okay.
The capillaries, which
Mhm.
are often smaller than the red blood cells themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine like a stack of coins just sliding effortlessly through a slot, right?
Right.
This flexibility is key for them to reach every single cell in your body.
It's amazing how such a simple shape can be so effective.
Right,
But, okay, we've talked about the shape, but what about the actual oxygen transport?
right.
How does that work? How does a red blood cell actually carry oxygen?
Okay, well, that's where hemoglobin comes in.
Okay.
Each red blood cell is packed with about 280,000 hemoglobin molecules.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. It is.
Okay, so what is hemoglobin exactly?
Hemoglobin is a protein with two main parts,
Hmm.
heme and globin. Globin is a protein chain, and heme is where the real action happens. Heme contains iron, and this iron has a remarkable ability to bind to oxygen.
Wait a minute. So the iron in our blood is the same iron we find in, say, a frying pan?
It is, exactly.
Wow.
And when oxygen binds to the iron in hemoglobin, it forms a molecule called oxyhemoglobin,
Mm-hmm.
which gives blood its bright red color. And when oxygen is released, it becomes deoxyhemoglobin, and the blood becomes darker, more of a burgundy shade.
Oh, interesting. So that's why your blood looks different in arteries than in veins.
Exactly.
Huh, fascinating. So how much oxygen can one hemoglobin molecule carry?
Well, a single hemoglobin molecule can bind to 4 oxygen molecules.
It's remarkable how efficient that is.
It really is.
Okay, so walk me through this.
Yeah.
How does a red blood cell pick up oxygen in the lungs and then deliver it to the rest of the body?
Okay, so it all comes down to differences in oxygen pressure.
Okay.
In your lungs, where oxygen pressure is high, hemoglobin readily binds to oxygen. And then as the red blood cells travel to your tissues, where oxygen pressure is lower, the hemoglobin releases its oxygen cargo.
So it's almost like a supply and demand system, right? High demand in the tissues, hemoglobin delivers the goods.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Fascinating. One of the things I found really interesting in the research you sent was this mention of fetal hemoglobin.
Oh, yeah.
What's so special about it?
Fetal hemoglobin actually binds oxygen more efficiently than adult hemoglobin.
Really?
Yeah, and this is crucial because a fetus gets its oxygen supply from the mother's blood.
So fetal hemoglobin has to be a bit of an overachiever to snag enough oxygen for
Exactly.
the developing baby.
Exactly, but what happens after birth?
Well, after birth, the production of fetal hemoglobin gradually declines as the baby's own lungs take over the job of breathing.
Right, that makes sense. But here's where it gets really interesting. In your documents, you mention some potential medical applications of fetal hemoglobin.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Absolutely. Because of its superior oxygen binding capacity, researchers are exploring whether fetal hemoglobin could be used to treat conditions like sickle cell anemia,
Oh, wow.
where oxygen transport is compromised.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, just imagine the possibilities if we could harness the power of fetal hemoglobin to improve oxygen delivery in patients with these types of diseases.
That would be groundbreaking.
Absolutely.
So really, in a nutshell, red blood cells might be tiny, but they are absolute powerhouses.
They are.
From their unique shape to the amazing capabilities of hemoglobin, they are essential for our very survival.
Absolutely crucial.
And who knew that fetal hemoglobin held such potential for future medical breakthroughs? This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the complexity and wonder of these often overlooked cells.
It's amazing, isn't it, what we take for granted?
I know, right?
It's a testament to the power of research and exploration, always seeking new ways to understand and harness the incredible intricacies of the human body.
Absolutely. And on that note, we're going to wrap up our deep dive for today, but I want to leave you with this thought. If fetal hemoglobin is so efficient, why do you think we switch over to adult hemoglobin after birth?
Mm.
Just something to ponder. Keep those brains buzzing, and we'll catch you in the next deep dive.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.